On these radiators, I bought these for several vehicles. I always get them from that same company too. I think it's ASI, AS1, A1I, something of sort. They're one of my favorite sellers in eBay. But anyhow, I've never had any trouble with them. Now, however, I don't ever keep the vehicles that I build or work on, so to speak, but I've never had anybody tell me that it's a POS and this quit working or this quit working. And these guys ship out super fast. I ordered this Wednesday, it's Saturday. The accessory drive kit I got from eSpeed Pro, that was a whole nother story, guys. I ordered that last Saturday, and it's supposed to be here this Saturday, which isn't bad. What was bad about it is that they got, I don't want to put the dollar amount out there. They got, well, I will. They got $700 of my money. And by the time it was said and done, I never heard from them. I had to get eBay involved. I didn't hear from them for 5 days. Okay? Then they messaged back and say, hey, we were out of town on our annual trip. We didn't have anybody in the office to process your order. Now, I'm a business owner. Seemingly to me, if you know you're going on an annual trip like you have annually, you would annually have somebody in the office for 1 week to take care of your orders. Well, they sent that back and said, we're going to go ahead and express ship it. So I'm thinking, whatever, man. They're probably in New England or Maine or somewhere. No, that was Thursday. This came Saturday morning. So it came from California. They did express ship it, which I certainly appreciate. And they're one of my safe sellers too. I've bought a few things from eSpeed Pro. So all in all, it took 1 week to get, which I'm stoked about. What I'm not stoked about, and I hope it never happens again, and they did apologize for it, was that for 5 days and 8 emails, I didn't hear a thing from them, which, don't do that. You know what I mean? You take $700 from somebody and they need it. I'm trying to have this truck running and driving by the 12th, if possible. Well, maybe not even driving, because I know Jason can't just whip out a drive shaft. And I don't think I'll be able to put that one back. I can put it back together, but I don't know that it'll be balanced. So I wouldn't want to go very fast in it. So let's just put it that way. But anyhow, guys, this is the 3-core 4 square body Chevrolet. And it's got the dual fans. I went ahead and got the relay kit. It's got 2 different pressure caps on it. And this is it. The good thing about these, you can pick this up. I got this radiator for $160 with the fans on it. I sent them an email, said, hey, I'm looking for this, but I need to know that it's an exact fit. And they always do. They always fit stuff extremely close, if not dead on accurate. My deal is, I just want to know who I am because it comes through as Potter County patina. And then they send you a code to go ahead and get 5 or 6 or 10% off. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the way to do it. If you're going to order something and you got time and you're looking at it, instead of putting it in your cart and waiting 3 days, just send them a message and say, hey, I'm looking at this. I need to know how close the tolerance is. Just something to let them know that you're interested in. Bling! They're going to send you over a deal. Huh. What that port's for? We got it plugged off with some pipe dope. Got the pet caulk on the bottom of it. Got 2 90-watt fans. 3-core. Welds look good. Guys, I'll be able to make this work. The last one I bought for that Mustang, 5-liter Mustang, that cap was a little weird. And I had to put these on there myself. Like it was all in pieces. Or not all in pieces, but this piece and the radiator were separate. Which I don't know if they just didn't have them put together yet, so they sent them out as 2. It doesn't matter to me. But anyhow, this ain't an unboxing video, guys. I just wanted to touch base. Parts are coming in. As we start getting them, I'm just going to start pulling them out and setting them on the tailgate. Because we're at that point. These are handy, guys. Run the negative neutral, or how do they say that? Neutral direct for your cooling fans to come off. It's way worth the time. So temp sensor. Temp sensor goes into the throttle housing or wherever you want to put it, but make sure that your ground is what you're using through this. So when this switch, it's a circuit, switch is a switch is a switch. When this sensor picks that up, opens up that circuit, it grounds and turns these on. It's so much better than a toggle switch. Usually the relays come with some really dainty wire. The last 2 or 3 ones I've got, they've upgraded their little system, and that's not too bad. It looks like it's probably 12 gauge. So anyhow, guys, I appreciate you sticking around. This is Potter County Patina. Let's get it on today. I just want to show you guys this. I'm fixing to jump in here and move a stereo around and get some stuff done in here. That's about it. I appreciate you guys. Stick around. All right, guys, on to our next little set of boxes here. This should be the new valve covers and air breather. I found some that I like that are kind of old school looking, and they're relatively inexpensive. I'm sure you guys are aware most of this stuff comes from China. Let's see here, this should be the air breather. Yeah, that's the finish I was looking for too. Nice. Let me get this off the top of it so it keeps rattling around. Very cool. I didn't want chrome, just straight chrome. See how that has that anodized look on it, polished aluminum? Pretty nice. Much better than just an old air breather. Very cool. That's not what y'all came to see. With that, oh sweet, they seem to have breathers with it. That's cool. The matching valve covers. Bam, that's old school. See the profile on that? I've always loved that. I didn't want to say Edelbrock, nothing crazy. Just some nice, clean, straight valve covers. Perfect. All right. Until I dent one of them. The rest of the stuff, not even going to show you. That's all the peek you get until we get it on. So it is what it is, ladies and gents. I'm ready to get going. I'm gonna turn this off, get the radio going, open the doors, let the dogs in, make some money. Well, no, I'm not. Guys, I have updates. Man, end of the day Saturday, and got a lot done. I'll take you around here in just a second and show you what we've got going on, but I made tremendous progress, and it was all of this small stuff. So, I mean, I'm still a long way. However, leaps and bounds have been made today. So, the radiator came in early this morning. the front accessory drive, came in mid-afternoon. I took everything out, set it out. Of course, there's no directions, which it comes from China and I can't read Chinese, so that does me no good anyway. But like, no directions whatsoever. Pretty easy once you look at a picture or two and see it, how it lays out. It did take longer than I thought because I had to flip some brackets around and take some bushings out where I thought they should be. And by the time it was said and done, I only had like 7 or 8 extra bolts and a bunch of lock washers. So I'm sure it's fine. I've got some good ideas on the back on the air ride. The next thing I'm going to be doing is cutting this bed. But I told you guys that I wanted to make you a front accessory drive video and show you guys. So that's what we're going to do. I am so stoked about the way this looks. You can probably see some shiny stuff behind me, but you got to get the gist of it. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, make it a short video. But before I end this, let me pick you guys up and show y'all the accessory drive. So, let me think of a way to phrase this. I didn't want to go all out on it. And I said that I wasn't. I said that this is going to be a budget building. Clearly, I spent a lot of money. So, it is a budget build. You could do this with an old engine. You could do this with whatever. I just decided if I'm going to do it, I'm going to spend the money. One thing that led me to that decision is an alternator is like $150, and I wanted one wire. I wanted something nice, a new power steering pump, because you remember the one video, that thing had a big dent in it, and it was locked up, a water pump. So you can get the whole kit for like, the whole front accessory drive for like $500. And it was through eSpeed, and I've used them before. It wasn't that smooth of a deal. This, at first, they did make it right. They had the valve cover in the air filter set as well. And guys, I think that just looks so much better. I was going to go ahead and just put some blacks, you know what I mean? Just go buy new parts and put it on there. I'd have been at the same money. So I was like, I don't want to buy Chinese stuff. However, it's probably quite obvious that I buy a lot of Chinese stuff. It is what it is. I mean, we all kind of do. But anyhow, the front accessory drives on. I've got all the new power steering lines hooked up. To the back to that, I don't have the reservoir full. Everything's torqued down, cinched down, thread locked. I don't have any belts for it. I'll pick those up first thing next week. I need to get the little throttle linkage deal for this little spring because I don't like the way that is. I like those little chrome ones. And I did get the radiator in. I don't have a relay mounted. I ain't even got that far. Just got the core support setting up with the radiator on it, which looks so good. Fitment's good. The top radiator hose doesn't fit. So I'll just run that back to North Amarillo and they'll take care of it. Guys, super basic setup. Just a small block with a carb and some nice accessories on it. Now it should run fine, you know, so we'll see. I do like the pulley set. I am happy with the fitment of everything. Like, it went together quite nice. The rubbers, I had to trim out a little on the top, you know, for the little radiator caps, but they fit over there where they were supposed to. So, I mean, it was a really, I mean, it's a solid drop-in fit other than a little bit of trimming. I've got to string the wiring harness out. I'm going to do that later. I got a list of a bunch of small parts to put on here so that I can move to the next step, which I'll get tomorrow at O'Reilly's. You know, PCV filter, breather, thing for the brakes, for the master cylinder. I mean, there's just a bunch of that stuff. I've got some circuit breakers coming, a bunch of stuff where I can start buttoning up wiring. But I just wanted to show you guys this. Oh, I got that on too, somewhat. I need to get in the inside and cinch down the bolts. I got it gray, and I painted it gray for a reason. It's because I'm going to put stickers all over it. Just kind of cool, right? They're not all over the truck. You open the hood, and there they are. Just something to look at. And let's see what's next. We got this buttoned up. I'm going to get a few things buttoned up there. Got some wiring. deals. But while that's coming, I'm going to go ahead and get the fenders, cut the inside of the fenders. I've already marked them. I've marked them a few times where when this is laid out, the fenders don't touch the tires. And Tiff was out here, and we're going to go ahead and get some new tires. Or I say we're going to. I mean, it's going to be down the road, but yeah, it needs new tires. We knew that anyway, but I'm going to get some with a round over instead of a lip on it. Something that's a little more straight up. Smaller and not quite as wide. So, excuse me, I like the stance of this, but it is what it is. I'm going to see once everything's off. I still got to get the wipers off and that thing and move. I mean, there's still a bunch to do. However, I'm going to start processing and putting stuff together loosely where I know that I can go ahead and start fishing some wire and start figuring all the small stuff out there. Okay. So I just wanted to point out the front accessory drive, guys. We're just a few minutes. It's just a small video. I just thought it was kind of important. I wanted to show it off. And actually, it's not important. Well, it is important if we're going to start it and run it. But I just kind of want to show it off. Anyhow, guys, it's late Saturday night. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. If you found value in this, like it. And if you feel like sticking around, subscribe. And if you got any comments, drop them down below. Till next time, guys. Peace and cheers. Hey, guys, I have a quick question for you on this rear end. Let me show it to you right quick and show you what I'm thinking. And y'all let me know. All right, so y'all remember this. This brace that I built right here, this one here that goes here to here, it bolts in and bolts out. Originally, I was going to mount the compressor long ways right here where the air inlets are going, or the air outlets are going down. Now, the fact that we didn't have to cut any of this out and raise it up means that my bed floor will still sit there. Now, it's going to be super close, and if I have to do a little bit, then I'll do a little bit. But I'm going to try to cut this as clean as possible around the C-notch, and I believe I'm going to have to get these out of the way. Or not get these out of the way, but cut a notch for this. So it's going to, go like so. Anyhow, I've seen several, and originally I wanted it there, okay? So let's start with that. I wanted the air tank there. I wanted the compressors over here, like one there, just spinning around to the air tank. Then I thought, well, I could put the air tank on this side and put the compressors on that side, and they look pretty cool. And, vice versa. Now, having the tank on this side, it's easier for me to get to the valves and get it over here. I'm not going to have to run the back air lines over the C-notch, okay? So that's a benefit. However, over here, I have to run them to the front, whereas if the tank was over here, I'd run the front, and the back would have to be through the C-notch. So that's, something I'm contemplating. Then I get to thinking about this. If I put the bed on there, and I've seen tanks in beds before, and I don't mind it. And if I wind up building a false bed, then okay, it is what it is. However, I'm already going to have the battery in the back, and I was going to put it under the bed. Now, since I don't have to cut the bed all up and I actually have some solid support, I may go ahead and cut the bed, set it on here, mock up the tank, and put it on the front of the bed and see if I like it there. Because if we already have to run 2 lines back here, it's not too bad. I can just split the difference and put the pumps in there, or still mount the pumps on the back. Now, somehow, some way, I'm going to keep this in the shop, but I'd still like to have it covered. So whatever I need to do, if I make a false bed in the back, is going to cover everything. Okay, so keep that in mind. But for space and simplicity, space being one, because I don't want to have to run the battery out here and buy another battery box, have it boosted up, stick it out the side. It's hard to jump this, and this. Whereas if I have it over here, and I have a bed that, that raises up in the back, like most of them are, I can still access all that, which is super convenient, okay? So, should I have the airbag stuff out here where it's visible when it's all said and done, or have the tank and all the pumps up into here when it's said and done? Kind of tell me what you think. Because if they're up here and they're underneath, inside the bed up at the front, like where the corner is, then when I build the false bed, you know, it'll be, well, just above the C-notch. So it's gonna be up here. So I should have an adequate amount of room, okay? But ponder that and let me know what you think. So I'm gonna start cutting the bed tomorrow. Got all the front end done, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this where I can set it on there and at least just set the tank in there and start figuring some stuff out. I still got to build front mounts for the gas tank. I mean, there's still a bunch of fab work to do on the back. However, it includes the bed. And at this point, I need to know where the bed's gonna sit so that I can start making brackets, do what I need to do, start thinking about airline, you know, getting all that stuff done. So tomorrow is going to be where it doesn't matter to you guys when I do it, but the next stage is going to be cutting these fenders, the inner fenders, where I can bolt those up just right here, because I can still work on it. And remember, we ain't worried about scratching it and all that jazz. The patina sauce will be here. I keep saying patina sauce. I need to represent them, guys. The sweet patina juice is going to be here the next few days. So I want to start getting that kind of laid out, start thinking about the back, but you guys fill me in, okay? This was just a quick question. It wasn't even quick. It's probably 5 minutes, but anyhow, guys, thanks for chiming in. Let me know. I'm out of here. Peace and cheers.